Video on the propositional case. The point is, stop nodding. Now, when someone's saying something that's comprehensive, you can comprehend the words. That doesn't necessarily mean that you comprehend what they're saying, the meaning behind it, what they're referring to, the allusion. So when you're nodding, you are not comprehending if you're affirming. I mean, you can comprehend and affirm, but if you're affirming, you're affirming. So when someone's saying something stupid and you're nodding because you're going, yes, I comprehend the words that you're saying, there's a significant difference between you comprehending and adding to your IQ and moving forward with the discussion and finding out what's going to happen and learning how to cooperate with the person or as to why they're speaking, and affirming their idiocy. And people, for some reason, just love to affirm idiocy. Now, the propositional case is great because it's diverse. You're not coming off preconceived. You're not convoluted. So when you're listening, you have your ability to pay attention and be able to diversify without losing what you have. Because pretending like you know what he's talking about and then finding out that you're wrong is weird, right? You go into someone's backyard and they want to cut down a tree. Now, they didn't tell you what tree they want to cut down, but you can immediately start thinking about all the levers and all the pulleys, or whether or not you're going to use a chainsaw, or what kind of tree he wants to pull down. And in the end, well, he just wants to use his truck. And so you start thinking, well, there's all the mud in the backyard, and maybe he doesn't want to go out here. That's going to take longer. I'm not really interested in sitting passenger seat while he hits the throttle, because that's not nearly as interesting as having pulled out the levers and a chainsaw and swinging this tree out of the bush and hoping it doesn't hit the house or whatever. And it's like, oh wait, no, he's just going to cut down the tree immediately next to his yard, the beautiful tree that no one should cut down. And the fact that he wants to cut it down shows that the guy's not very, he doesn't really think long term at all. And then so he didn't even need you. And so why are you sitting here listening to him talk about the tree? If you're not coming at this from a propositional case, you're coming at this from a case of expectations where you have hopes and you have dreams and you're working on things, as opposed to just being attentive. And then so it's a more euphoric way to approach, some can argue, in some cases, whereas in other cases you're just being held accountable for kissing their ass. Because no matter where they turn or no matter where they go, they're just waiting for you to nod. And they're just patronizing you. The thing is about that is lots of people like to sit on their own shoulders as though they've got a better view of things from up there. And then they get so used to sitting on their own shoulders that they end up living with their head up their ass. And that's just a wonderful thing to avoid. I went to a school where everyone was propositional. No one was coming off like they knew something they didn't. Well, very, very, very few people did. And at very few times, people would come off like they knew what they were talking about when they didn't. Everyone, like, we'd acknowledge we are limited to what we're limited to, and we can work with that, and that's not a problem. You're not inferior for not treating each other like you're the genius and everyone else has got to learn how to catch up with you, because when you're trying to catch up with a ghost or a ghoul, you'll just run off the trail and fall off the cliff and you're all fucking losers. The beautiful part about the propositional case is you can be humbly inquisitive. You can have multiple ideas being expressed simultaneously. You're demonstrating your willingness to admit that you're wrong because you're not trying to be right. You're just proposing something to be examined. And that just... fuck anyway. Anyways, love you. Hope you loved me. Have a good day.